Hey Dylan,
Hello, how are you?
pretty good. And you?
Not too bad. That is the third. I'll give people a couple more minutes to roll in. All right, it's 03. I'll give 2 more minutes. We'll start at 5 after, just to let anyone else, any stragglers roll in. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome, everyone, to our bi-weekly tag infrastructure meeting. Want everyone know that this meeting abides by the CNCF's code of conduct. Um, so we ask everyone to kind of keep that in mind, um, since this is a CNCF meeting. Alrighty, let's go ahead and share my screen here. Get started. Um, Before we begin, is there any newcomers that would like to introduce themselves? Okay, perfect. We'll jump straight into the agenda. Just so everyone knows, tag leadership elections are open right now. One thing that is important to call out is that the nominations for technical leads opened earlier than expected. They opened on May 29th. There's issues for them on the TOC board. So please, if you are either up for re-election or you would like to throw your hat in the ring, please do so. I believe the nominations for tag chairs has closed and voting will has already began from the TOC. Once the new chairs are any new chairs are seated, voting for tag technical leads will begin, and that is done by the tag chairs. Um, so that is why these are staged in such a way, because we need to seat any new chairs before we can have elections and voting begin for technical leads. Any questions around leadership elections? All right. We'll jump straight into our open initiatives. Storage landscape white paper V3. A lot of this stuff I copied over from last week. Let me just pull, let's see if there's been any updates.
I think I'm still waiting for Alex. I need to ping him to update the diagram.
Okay.
Waiting for that.
Okay. When you have a moment, can you just summarize in the comment on the actual initiative issue, just a quick update of where we're at?
Yeah, sure.
Um, Karina's been going around and doing some reviews. Like this one's good here, submitted draft white paper review, but it looks like for the storage landscape one, we just need another comment here, just to make sure
Okay.
For any outside observers that don't attend these meetings or is active in Slack, they can stay apprised. Data storage looks like we still have PR open for this one.
Yeah, so Alicia has updated with some references, right? I think she did some update. I just updated it with the information from Raghu with regard to the data pipelines. I've not heard from TOC on whether they're okay with this format yet. I'm going to pin them. Yeah, so that I think they're probably busy right now. These the elections and everything, but yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Zing, for copying or transferring over from the doc to the PR, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully that should help a little bit. Okay. I will try. I think the next TOC meeting is next Tuesday, so I'll try and bring it up and see if I can get some eyes on this. Okay. Any questions about data storage and cloud native AI, the white paper for the initiative? Okay, moving on. Infrastructure lifecycle. We've seen Thomas couldn't join today. He's been one of the um, leaders of this initiative. Bruno hasn't been able to as well. So there is a meeting scheduled for, do we have it? I don't think it's in the tag Infra calendar. I should probably have it listed. I'll find it. I'll link it back later. It's currently slated for next Monday, but we're going to push it out to the 15th because Thomas has a conflict. But encouraging folks to join the meeting so we can coordinate on getting content written. There's been some of the initial work kind of set up by Thomas for a README and placeholder areas documents in the TOC repo to start. So for folks that are interested in contributing, please don't wait. If there's a section you want to volunteer or essentially kind of contribute to, just post in the Slack channel and we'll get things moving around there. I'm going to take a more active involvement in this just to get this moving along. We've been kind of sitting for a while. Any questions about infrastructure lifecycle? Okay. At this point, we kind of take the time to kind of go through and poke through any possible new initiatives that might have come through that need. Here, let me see if I can filter on labels needs tag. Oh wait, no, it's not bad. Shoot, maybe it's that one. Nope. Let me see. Let's do tag infrastructure. Okay, there's no other ones there. Let's do needs group. Some of these have been in here for a while, these top ones. These are security white papers. Model and data security. Oh, looks like this is an initiative out of the TOC artificial intelligence initiatives. Yeah, this was mentioned a while ago. Okay.
Hey, Dylan.
Yes, go ahead.
If it's any, I mean, nothing. I think I attend the other meeting also, the AI initiatives that happens on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Josh Ali reviews the status of many AI-related white papers. And the white
Okay.
papers that this forum is working on comes up, right? Both the papers that you looked up ahead. So I just tell them, hey, I mean, I looks like I'm the only person from this forum attending out there.
Oh,
So I just say they are
I will be
work in
providing
progress.
update there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, so
On
Josh
Friday.
Ali asked, and I say, hey, these are all
Mhm.
like in kind of just being ready to be kind of pushed out or waiting for
Okay.
TOC approval. So I just hope, but I'm not, since I'm not authorized guy, I just want to bring it to y'all. And if you want to go and update Josh Ali, please do so.
No worries. I appreciate the update. I just want to make sure that there's no review required of us. I saw the mention of data in here, security, but given the AI group that is under the TOC, it should be. I don't think um, that it's our. I wouldn't think it needs our review. It's probably already being handled, but it doesn't hurt to make sure.
I should probably attend that meeting since I kind of like sit in between those fields.
Okay.
What it's a TOC meeting on Friday. Do you know what time it is?
That is around every other Friday around, let me see, I can tell you Central Time around 10 a.m. USA Central Time.
Perfect. The time
And
I
I
have a
think they should be
holiday.
meeting this week, but not next week. So I think it's alternates every other week. So I think, yeah, pretty much
Okay.
they meet the same week as this forum. And they meet
Okay.
every 2 weeks.
Okay. I guess I should probably just like put that on my calendar somehow. I need to find it. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah,
the
so
leader.
I got asked to just to give an update of our white paper this Friday.
Okay.
So
okay.
actually, Alicia, if you, yeah, it'll be great if you actually can join.
Yeah, yeah. Oh wait, how did you just get to? Oh, just go to the calendar and find it there.
Which I don't know. Where's the? I need to
It
check the
should be
find the link somewhere.
if it'll load.
Yeah, maybe it's good if I listen in on that too, since I wrote those sections on AI or like for on part of it, you know.
Yes, yes, that actually will be great. Yeah, if because they may actually have questions on those, right? So actually, it would be great to answer. There is a okay. So this I have an event here. I can add in the. Oh, you already have it? Is that the same thing? No, let's see. I'll put in our agenda doc.
Ragu, do you know how you found the calendar?
I
Oh.
found it the same way that Dylan is. I normally, I've done a permanent invite, but the first time you have to go to this calendar that Dylan is showing.
Okay, the CNCF calendar. Got it. Okay, thanks.
Uh, yeah, you got it.
Here
So
we
yeah,
go.
that's the one. That's the one.
So yeah, if I go to the community, the TOC initiatives, the direct initiatives under the TOC, there's a project calendar. Yeah, finally the main one loads. But the main one shows everything. This one just shows the community initiatives. And then so under here, artificial intelligence technical
That's the one.
community group. And then you just hit register. And
You're
I
on
will,
Eastern time. You're on Eastern time zone, right, Dylan?
yes, I am. Yeah, so this shows Eastern. So this is 11 a.m. Eastern. Correct.
Wait, so I'm on the CNCF cloud calendar. Did you said it was under what? It's not under tag.
There's TOC community initiatives,
Oh,
or
okay.
it's under
I
the
see.
main calendar. Sometimes the main calendar doesn't load because there's so many. But if you go to the TOC Community Initiatives project calendar, it has a
I found
subset
it.
and it should, yep, perfect.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not a problem.
Yeah,
We'll
it's kind of vague being under the TOC community initiative. Sounds good. Okay, I put it on my cal.
okay. I also added a link to our notes as well. I think I got the Artificial Intelligence Technical Community Group. Yep. Okay. Okay. Anything related to initiatives that people would like to discuss? Any ideas for new initiatives that people would like to propose or maybe discuss?
Hey, Dylan.
Yes.
Yeah, so one thing I'm doing is based on that data storage for AI paper, and actually it's
Mhm.
morely not just data storage, it's also data in transit that I have put some couple of pages in Zing's paper or common paper. So I'm trying to see if I can even set up like some sort of a proof of concept in a GitHub. So kind of modeling what is written in the paper into some kind of a GitHub site. So just a heads up on that in terms of
Okay.
idea. And as it kind of gels, I will kind of come and share more. And I just want to get your perspectives. I mean, hopefully some of these papers, there's kind of a next step to that. Maybe there are many next steps, but at least one next step that I could think of is to say, hey, can I even put together some sandbox proof of concept based on some of the ideas in the paper? And any thoughts and ideas welcome on that idea.
Uh, so as someone who is not close to the paper or hasn't looked at it, um, what would you what would you say your goal is for the proof of concept? Is it trying to prove out some of the core concepts of the white paper? Um, so is setting up the GitHub repo like would you consider, what would you consider it a success or done?
Yeah,
If
good. No,
you,
no, good question. The goal is to show that the first is like the very, very basic one is just to kind of test out the functionality, right? To say that, hey, if I have like data sitting in some database, some storage, I'm transferring it through Kafka to another database to do some of the modeling analytics and MLOps and all those things. At least, and using cloud native, right? All of these are using cloud native. Can I at least, hey, on paper it all looks good, but can I at least put it on, do at least a functional testing of it, right? Put it together and do some small tests and say functional testing, right? And then the next step would then to say, okay, can I do some performance testing, right? Then I can test some use cases, right? So it's kind of a long roadmap, but I want to start with, say, hey, I'm able to functionally test it out. It moves data back and forth. Then we can start adding more and more richer feature sets of performance, security, use cases, and all that. But I want to see if I
okay.
can make it into some community sandbox project. And so that is what I'm kind of thinking along those lines. So people who read the white paper, they'll say, "Hey, great! All of these things on the white paper are pretty good. Can I try it out in some sandbox way, and then maybe keep building on that idea?"
So
And
sandbox application, that's a different process, right? It's not like directly tied with the white paper. Of course, you can start it and then you still need to apply for sandbox through TOC.
yes, 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 correct. And yes, that is right. That is right. And and that's I would, but that's what I'm feeling it out right now as to how you guys see kind of next steps, actions coming out of this white paper.
Yeah, I don't think there's an issue at all with trying to create a POC, and you could even have an initiative to say, hey, we want to create a Git repo, we want to create a working proof of concept, and you're basically you're calling for people to contribute, and that is one of the main purpose of the tags is to evaluate when are new projects needed within the landscape. So this is, in my opinion, the next iterative step after white papers is actually taking those concepts and trying to prove them. The sandbox application is something that is a little bit more stringent even today. The big thing that the TOC is really mindful of is if projects are like one maintainer, they're trying to donate a project, there's not really a community around it. So the initiative probably would be to say, hey, we're taking this white paper, we're going to create a Git repo, we're going to create a, like, we with the intention of it trying to be a project, but to identify a gap and actually try and implement some of the concepts and calling for contributors. And then if you can, whatever your metric of like, okay, this is done is probably, hey, we set up the repo, we set up some basic governance structure, open source governance. And from there, from the initiative completing, okay, the project exists, to, hey, we want to actually try and submit it to Sandbox. That's where you have kind of like that trying to grow the project and trying to build momentum out of it. So definitely think it could be an initiative, but I think trying to target it being a sandbox project is probably out of scope for the initiative. We want to keep it tightly scoped where, hey, the idea is to get something up and set up, scaffolded, working, and maybe using some of the resources from the tag to do so.
But thank you. No, no, the word you use, scaffold, is exactly the word that I use. So all the things you mentioned, I think, is pretty much online. So yeah, I think just getting to that scaffold now, yeah, I guess is the next step, and then we'll see where it goes from there. As you said, then if it becomes worthy of meeting the criteria for sandbox project, we can cross that bridge later on.
Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, not a problem. Thank you for bringing it up. And if anyone else has questions or ideas for initiatives, please feel free to share here. We're always looking to figure out what is next or what is needed, especially after some of our other white papers around storage and storage and cloud native AI are starting to kind of reach the end of their initiative and are under review. Any other questions just in general around initiatives? All right, moving on. Project reviews. Not really much of an update here. There is, let me go ahead and close some of the tabs and I'll bring up the board. So basically there's a few that are basically in progress over here on the right. A lot of them just need to be closed because they're attached to, like, you can see pull requests in here other than just the issues. So like this KHGB tech review, Kashif, I think you did this one months ago. And we just need to get someone to finally review it from the TOC and merge it. But it can cause some
That's
confusion
also
on this
done,
board.
but I don't know. I think this Emily was actually she did the review, and I have also commented on her reviews as well. But
Yeah.
since she has left TUC, I think someone new needs to just take over and approve it.
Yeah. I'll poke Karina on this and see if we can get some movement, because I mean it's done. Karina's already did the is doing the due diligence. Wow, what a tongue twister on the actual application. But for folks that are interested in picking up a review, you need no prior experience. It's actually better if you have no experience with either the project or how to do a review, because it's intentionally we want people to come in with the perspective of someone like an end user or in the community, in trying to assess and find information about the project, either information about how the project governed itself or how the project is just technically set up. So there's quite a few in here. If you don't see any faces on these pending, so like Hami, Kubeflow, Kubevert, these are all assigned out and being worked on by folks. However, things like Backstage is one. I don't think there's anyone assigned on this. Let me move these Zoom controls out of the way that you can't see. But
I'd be interested in Backstage. When does it due?
let me see. I don't think there's not really a due date on these. Let me see. I don't see it attached to. Is the application attached on here?
Because
No, I
I
do
have
not.
quite a lot to do this weekend work-wise, but like I think maybe in the next like 3 weeks I could do it, if I'm being honest.
Oh, this one is an older one. Let me just see. All right, I'll ping them on this because I actually don't see an active. Maybe it's, let me see here. Yeah, I don't see an active application for moving levels. So I'm not sure why we need a governance review. Reason other. So this is from Chris, actually. As Backstage moves towards graduation. Okay, so it's just it looks like a preemptive review. I pinged both Chris and Mario. We'll see if this is still active. But for folks, when you come to this board, if you want to grab a review, there's tons of them in here. Tech review for KCP, tech review for open cluster management. You can see the incubation application here. Just the docs for how to do these reviews are located here in this subfolder in the TOC project. So there's templates and examples for governance review. The technical reviews are not to be confused. This tag domain technical review is older. What you want is a general, it's called general technical questions, but it's general. This is where the tech review is pulled from. So the first section explains how to use the template, and then the template starts here. And you just copy it over to a markdown and you fill these out. There's 3 sections, day 0, 1, 2, depending on the level the project is applying for, is how, if you have to fill out those sections. So the idea is we're moving to a process where these docs become living documents. So if a project joins a sandbox, they do to day 0, the review, day 0 is complete. So that way, when they come and apply for incubation, they don't have to do this whole section over again. It already exists. Maybe it gets refreshed. And then you just fill out the day 1. Another thing to note as well is you're not expected to fix or go hunting and find, or to, this is not a, okay, you're the review is just to highlight, hey, here's where the information is, here's where it's documented. Does the project clean up any resources? Is it clear from their documentations? If not, then you just note to do. They need to fix this. Hey, this is a gap. It's not supposed to take a super deep review. It's just very high level. You're just kind of going through. And then if you want examples of existing reviews that have been done, if you go under projects, any of these projects in here, you just open up a folder. Argo's a little bit over because it was 2 years ago, but if a more recent one like Kyverno, you can find the governance review, the tech review, and the security assessment or the security review as well. I did the tech review for this one, so you can kind of see how I went in here and just had very literally bullet points. Hey, this is, what persons or what target personas, platform engineers, cluster operators, security and compliance teams. I marked areas where I couldn't find end user research for the Kyverno project, so I literally just said to do. This is something that needs to be done. And then what happens is the TOC member will go through and look at all this, and they'll pull up a lot of these either to-dos, or if they don't think it's a big deal, like in this case, even though there's a couple areas in here where I marked to do for Kyverno for their graduation application, it did not prevent them from moving to graduation. They were the TOC reviewed it and just essentially determined that these were not blocking. But it gives the maintainers something to kind of work towards to make the project more mature, and why we do these reviews. So, all right. Any questions? I know I kind of did a little brief overview again, but if you're interested in doing reviews, the board's here. Join the Slack channel. The meetings are Thursdays and a same cadence bi-weekly. I think it's every other week, so it's not this week. I think there's one next week, next Thursday. But feel free to throw your hat in the ring on some of these reviews in the Slack channel, and just let people know asynchronously, like, hey, I would love to take one. Or if there's a specific one, like Alexa, you mentioned backstage, just keep an eye on the issue. If Chris or Mario respond, I can even ping them in Slack. And if it needs to be done, then you're more than happy to grab it. So, okay, any questions about project reviews?
Yeah. How you doing?
Yes.
Yes. I'm kind of new to the tag group, so I don't know if there's any way I can be onboarded or get started with.
Yeah. So just if there is a project, or if there's one you want to pick from first, this board should be publicly viewable. You can come into this board and look at anything in the new and pending review. even the sandbox pending reviews are a good first time. A lot of times with these ones, with the sandbox reviews, sometimes these can be a little bit easy because you don't have to do a full review sometimes. A lot of times an easy way to check on sandbox is looking at what I believe, like for example, Bruno did this for TerraScan, but if you look at a great way when you're doing reviews is there's LFX Insights.
Mhm.
And if you come here and we go do TerraScan, it's not in the project, but let me think of one that's a good example. Let's do, I got something in my eye. Let's maybe do Hammy. If we pull up Hammy, you can kind of see, it gives you kind of an idea here. So like one of the things that TOC looks for Sandbox is contributor dependency. Is there
Yeah.
only one contributor? If so, that's an easy way before you get too deep in a tech review on a sandbox project where you say, hey, let's stop you right here. You should probably come back when you get more people kind of contributing to the project. These are big things that the TOC is really quick to just say, hey, come back in 6 months.
Oh, because
Go ahead.
yeah, I just finished my LFX term, so I'm looking for you to like get more involved with the CNCF community.
Perfect. Yeah. So I have all the links listed here. There's the Slack channel, the calendar when the meetings are, where you can find the docs, for example, templates, and then the board. But honestly, if you're not able to join the meeting, like I mentioned here, the best way is to just join the Slack channel, check the board for open issues, and just volunteer. Hey, I'm willing to take a review. Asking for someone to kind of guide you to say, hey, what is available if you're unable to determine yourself from the board.
All right, no problem. I really appreciate it.
Awesome. All right, any final questions around project reviews? All right, cool. Moving on. Any questions? I know we talked about this briefly at the beginning of the call. Chair, tech lead, elections and nominations. Any questions around the election process again? Cool. Ching, when you mentioned reviewing the paper for the cloud native AI sustainability, have we made any progress here on this? Do you need any help? Oh, she may have dropped. She did review, suggest, yes, okay. And Angela's on this too. Okay. All right, she's already reviewing it. Cool. All right, so there's nothing there. That's in progress. Any other open issues or just general? The floor is open now. We've made it through our agenda. Anything for folks to call out, please take a look that people would like to bring up to the tag. All right. Well, I guess we can go ahead and end today. Everyone have a great rest of your week. Thank you for joining, and enjoy your weekend. Take care.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.